This video is about to review for probabilities. 1A. A school cafe sells 3 flavors of smoothies: mango, kiwi fruit, and banana. 85 students were surveyed about which of these 3 flavors they like. 35 likes mango, 37 liked banana, 26 liked kiwi fruit. Let's label each section of this Venn diagram. So I label here it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. According to the given information, C plus B plus A plus D, you will get 35. And B plus A plus E plus G, they give you 37. And D plus A plus E plus F, it's 26. 2 liked all these flavors, means A equals 2. 20 liked both mango and banana. Mango and banana, which means A plus B equals 20. 14 liked mango and kiwi fruit. So A plus D equals 14. 3 liked banana and kiwi fruit. That means A plus E equals 3. We can solve all these system equations. If A equals 2, then B equals 18. A equals 2, then D equals 12. A equals 2, then E equals 1. So I label here it's 1. D is 12. B is 18. This is 2. Now we try to get this C. Since A, B, D is given, A is 2, B is 18. D equals 12. Then you can get the C equals 3. We can get G from this equation. So we have a B equals 18, 2, E is 1. Then for this G, you use 37 minus 21 will be get 16. Then use the same way I can get this F. D is 12. This is 2. E is 1. Then 26 minus 12 minus 2 minus 1, you will get 11. So this is 11. We add A plus B until H, you will get the 85. Therefore, for H, you can use 85 minus all this number. You will get the 85 minus 35. That's every number in M, that's 35. Then it's 16 plus 1, that's minus 17. Then minus 11, you will get H. So for H, you will get 22. Now let's go to 1B. Find the number of survey students who didn't like any of these 3 flavors. That's 22. 1C. A student is chosen at random from the survey students. Find the probability that these students like kiwi fruit smoothies, given that they like mango smoothies. Given that means bar. Mango, I put the M. Then kiwi, we put the P. Basically, I'm looking for these conditional probabilities. So use the formula, you can get the probability K intersect M over probability of M. Probability K intersect M will be this number, 2 and 12. Therefore, you will get probability K intersect M. It's 12 plus 2 is 14 over 85. Probability of this M, everything in M, you add 3 plus 18 plus 2 plus 12. That's for the M. Get 35. So 35 over 85. Now reduce 14 over 35. Reduce again 2 over 5. Now let's go to 2A. Sila High School has 110 students. They each take exactly one language class from a choice of English, Spanish, or Chinese. The following table shows the number of female and male students in the three different language classes. A chi-square test was carried out at the 5% significance level to analyze the relationship between gender and student choice of a language class. Write down the null hypothesis H for this test. So H will be gender and student choice of language class are independent. For 2B, state the number of degrees of freedom. Degree of freedom, it equals column minus 1 and then times rows minus 1. From the table, we know you have 2 rows and 3 column. So we have 3 minus 1 times 2 minus 1. That equals 2. Then use the graphing calculator to write down the expected frequency of female students who chose to take the Chinese class. First of all, we got to use graphing calculator to put all this table into matrix. So after you put this table into matrix A, then go to stat, go to test, then find the chi-square test. We put the enter, enter, enter. They give you chi-square number and also the probability and a degree of freedom. Then you go back to matrix B, you are given this expected frequency table. Since I'm looking for the female who are taking Chinese class, we are looking for this, which means here, 16.418. When you write down your answer, make sure it's 3 significant figures. Therefore, your answer will be 16.4. Remember 3 significant figures when you write down your answer. For the chi-square statistic, that will be 8.69. Still 3 significant figures. Now let's go to 2E. The critical value at the 5% significance level for this test is 5.99. State whether or not it should be rejected. Justify your statement. First of all, try to remember this, you have here's K. Then shaded area, this will be reject. No statement, I put the H0. Since your chi-square is 8.69, that means it will be greater than this K, which means for this 8.69 will fall in over here into this shaded region, rejection region. Therefore, this H is rejected. Now let's go to 2F. When student is chosen at random from the school, find the probability that the student doesn't take a Spanish class. How many students take Spanish class? That's 22. In other words, we have 110 minus 22 students won't take Spanish. Then you divide by 110. You will get the 88 over 110 equals 4 over 5. Let's go to 2G. Another student is chosen at random from this class. Find the probability that neither of the two students take the Spanish class. So the first students who doesn't take a Spanish class will be 88 over 110. Then you multiply. Since one student's already taken away, we have 87 students left who don't take Spanish. Then over 109. Because this is a dependent event. So we do the multiplication now. Since we are doing the multiplication of a fraction, you can get the answer as fraction. That will be 348 over 545. If you want to change into decimal, make sure it's a 3 significant figures. That will be 0.639. Either one will be correct answer. Make sure it will be 3 significant figures. Now let's go to 2H. Find the probability that at least one of two students is a female. When you see the word at least, the better way to do is do 1 minus. So we 1 minus probability of neither of the students is a female. From the table, we know altogether we have a female 43. So we do the 110 minus 43. You will get, this is a 7, here's a 67 students are not female. So, first of all, you will get the 67 over 110. Then the second student is still not female. You will get 66 over 109. Then you using 1 minus that will be the probability that at least one of the two students is a female. Your answer will be 344 over 545. If you want to change into decimal, make sure 3 significant figures. That will be 0.631. But normally, when you do the operation of fraction, try to make your solution is a fraction too. Now let's go to 3A. In an international competition, Participants can answer questions in only one of three following languages: Portuguese, Mandarin, or Hindi. 80 participants took part in the competition. The number of participants answering in Portuguese, Mandarin, or Hindi is shown in the table. Make sure you are given the total. Otherwise, you need to make the total table. State the number of boys who answer questions in Portuguese. From the table, you could see that's 20. For 3B, a boy is chosen at random. Find the probability that the boy answered the questions in Hindi. So check how many boys you have. That's 43. Among 43 boys, how many of them answer questions in Hindi? That's 5. So 5 over 43. This question is not 5 over 80 because they said a boy is chosen, which means you need to get the over total number of boys. For 3C, 2 girls are selected at random, so they told you it's 2 girls. Calculate the probability that one girl answers questions in Mandarin and the other answers questions in Hindi. First of all, you need to check how many girls in this competition. You will get 37. When you're talking about the 2 girls are selected, which means this is a dependent event. In other words, the denominator will decreasing. And when you analyze the questions, they said one girl answered questions in Mandarin, the other answered questions in Hindi. They didn't say the first one answered questions in Mandarin or the second girl answered the questions in Mandarin. Therefore, you have 2 options. If the first girl answered question in Mandarin, I will do the Mandarin, and then it's Hindi. Or, that's me adding. You have first one is Hindi and the second one is Mandarin. If first girl answer a question in Mandarin, you will get 7 over 37 times. Hindi, that is 12 over 36. Then plus. If the first girl answer questions in Hindi, you will get the 12 over 37 times. Your denominator decreasing because this is a dependent event. Among 36 girls, how many of them answer questions in Mandarin? It will be 7. We put into calculator, you will get the 14 over 111. So when you do this kind of questions, you have to be very careful. Always check whether there are more than one choice. Let's go to 4A. In a company, it's found that 25% of employees encountered traffic on their way to work. From those who encountered traffic, the probability of being late for work is 80%. From those who didn't encounter traffic, the probability of being late for work is 15%. The tree diagram illustrates the information. Write down the value of A and B. As we know, for any tree diagram, no matter how many branches you have, I put the A, B, C. You add A, B, C equals 1. Therefore, A will be 1 minus 0.8. You will get 0.2. For B, 1 minus 0.15, you will get the 0.85. Look at the C. Use the tree diagram to find the probability that an employee encountered traffic and was late for work. Encounter traffic, it will be this line. Then was late for work, it's this line. So these two multiplication will be the probability. 0.25 times 0.8. You will get 0.2. Go to 4D. Use the tree diagram to find the probability that an employee was late for work. Late for work, it's here, and it's here. Then you get from the very beginning and check. See this line, they go to late for work, and also this line. That means late for work. So you will have 0.25 times 0.80 plus 0.75 times 0.15 will be your answer. So we do 0.25 times 0.80 plus 0.75 times 0.15. We put into calculator, you will get, your answer will be 0.313, or you can do 5/16. Remember, when you write down your answer, it's 3 significant figures. Now let's go to 4E. Use the tree diagram to find the probability that an employee encountered traffic given that they were late for work. Means I'm looking for probability. Given that means a bar. Late, I use L stand for that. And also traffic, I use T stand for the traffic. You will get a probability of traffic intersect late over probability of late. When you do this kind of probability, always check, can you use the answer you got for the previous questions. You could say we already got the probability of being late is 5/16. Late and also counter the traffic, that's give to you 0.2. So you go to calculator. Your answer will be 0.64. Or you can change it into fraction. That will be 16/25. It's really up to you. Just remember, we prefer accurate answer. But if it's more than 3 significant figures answer, we need 3 significant answers. Let's go to 4F. The company investigates the different means of transport used by their employees in the past year to travel to work. It was found that the 3 most common means of transport used to travel to work were public transportation. We use P stand for that, car, and a bicycle. The company finds that 20 employees traveled by car, 28 traveled by bicycle, 19 traveled by public transportation in the last year. Some of the information is shown in the Venn diagram. Find the value of X. according to the given information, we know that for bicycle altogether is 28 traveled by bicycle. In other words, for 4, you add 8, you add 13, then you add this x equals 28. 4 plus 8 plus 13 plus x equals 28. So you will get the x equals 3. We label 3 here. How to figure out this y? You will see for public transportation, that's 19 traveled by public transportation. Therefore, you add all these 4 numbers. It will be 19. Then you solve for this y. Y plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 equals 19. Then your y equals 10. Look at the 4H. There are 54 employees in the company. Find the number of employees who in the last year didn't travel to work by car, bicycle, or public transportation. We got to use 54. You subtract all these numbers. So you can minus 19 because this circle you add together will be 19. Then subtract 13 minus 8 minus 6. You will get 8. So we put 8 over here. Let's go to 4i. Find the number in this set. We do C union B first. C, B, every single number in C and B count. Then intersect not transportation. So you can put the circle as long as this is out. See, circle all this number. We could see all these 3 number is overlapped. You have check and you have circle. Therefore, your answer will be 6 plus 8 plus 13 equals 27.